welcome to the Mindfulness broadcast. If you are new here, I'm Tiffany, and I'm with Empower Coaching and Training, and it is lovely to see you all here. I want to talk this morning about change. I had the opportunity to be with an organization yesterday and lead a mindfulness broadcast that I ended up doing just a lot of talking through instead of guiding a process. But it just had me thinking about change and how right now, at Empower, we do a lot of work with people and with organizations. And so we hear themes, and that is a really common theme right now, dealing with change and choosing our response to what we probably have very little control over, whether it's at work, at home, in the world, whatever it is. And so one of the tools that I have leaned on, and it's kind of our theme for this month, and it's what we'll be focusing the Mindful Masterclass on when we do that. I think it's in another 2 weeks. Or maybe it's next week when we do that. It's this work that, it's about being present, essentially, kind of getting in relationship with change, with what we don't have control over, which is such a gift of mindfulness, is to say, okay, what's present for me? What's happening for me? Let me name this to tame this. Let me say, I feel overwhelmed, or I feel like I don't have control, or I'm noticing anxiety because there's a lot of things that I don't know the outcome anymore. And so the tool that I want to share is not my tool. It is one that I fell in love with, and it is from Mel Robbins. And the theory, it's a new book that she's written. She's a prolific author, and she has a wonderful podcast if you have not heard that. But she introduces this theory that she kind of co-created with inspiration from her daughter, which is the let them theory. Let them theory. And I love this. I love it because it is profound and it is also simple. And so the let them theory is literally, we say to ourselves, when we notice, we name it, we say, gosh, I'm feeling a lot of anxiety right now because I don't know how this is going. I don't know what the next move is. I don't know what I will wake up to tomorrow. I don't know what that next email has to offer me. We name that. And then we say, let them make these choices. Let them write these emails. Let them dictate these policies. Let them say these things, because the truth is we have no control over that. That's out there, right? That's somebody else's actions, somebody else's thoughts, somebody else's doing. So let them, because again, it's just holding what is the truth. We don't have control over that. And then the opposite, or not the opposite, the next, I guess, state of that is to say, so then let me write a letter. Let me take my breaks and go for a walk and reground myself. Let me turn off this particular source of news or fear-inducing connection. Let me set boundaries that allow me to get information in ways that I feel prepared to get that information. Let me have the hard conversations that I need to have. Let me take care of myself and practice self-care and do things that feed my soul. Let me practice resiliency, mindfulness tools that allow me to remember the sky is still blue and the trees are blooming right now, and it's spring and the bluebirds have returned, and, right? So let me return to what I do have control over and be present there. Let them, let me, let them, let me. It's really this beautiful, when I say it, what I imagine is that circle of control that we've worked through quite a bit in workshops that we've done together. And it's that, if it's out here and I don't have control over it, I'm going to notice when I put my energy there, and I'm just going to let it be because that's what it's doing anyway. And I'm going to put my attention into that middle of the circle, that locus of control is internal. My boundaries, my words, my self-care, my thoughts, my tending to self and to those I love, and so forth. So I hope that speaks to you. And again, that is not my work. That is the work of Mel Robbins. And so maybe if when we put this on the YouTube channel, we'll put in some links to her work and her new book, the Let Them Theory. And with that, let's do what we can and show up and do our own work. Let me do some really great mindfulness and meditation work this morning. So when you're ready, you can close your eyes. You can take a soft gaze. I want you to find your breath this morning. And as you do that, I want you to find a mantra or a saying or an affirmation that can guide your breath. So it could be just as simple as breathing in, breathing out. It can be let them, let me. Any variation. I've heard people use things like breathe in the love, exhale the fear. Just allowing space for everything that is, and finding ourselves in that. Breathing in, breathing out. Let them, let me. And as you're doing that work, you should just observe what happens as you consider this idea of allowing, letting others to be, feel, do as they are already being, doing, saying, and placing your attention into what you can do, who you can be. For me, as I do that, I feel this energy. I feel power, honestly. And when I put my attention on others, I feel more and more powerless, which leads to a whole host of other feelings and behaviors. And so when I put my attention on just that phrase, let me, it reminds me I get to do something. I get to do a lot. I have power. So just observe your own process, what it feels like when we let go of others, of control, or the illusion of. We let go of expectation. And then focus that energy like a ray of light into ourselves. How do I want to be in relationship to change? Breathing in, Breathing out, allowing the exploration and the curiosity, your physical response, your emotional response. When I spoke to the group yesterday, I shared a quote from Bob Dylan that said, "There is nothing so stable as change." So, how do you want to talk to yourself about change, this ever present, omnipresent change? What expectations can we let go of? What phrases can we invite? Let them, let me. And our whole practice today is right here on our breath and using our breath to center our attention. This breath is with us always. And so we can always tap back into this. Breathing in the love, breathing out the fear. Recentering into letting them and then letting me. Breathing in, breathing out. Mae Brown has a really beautiful, and has many beautiful sayings, but one of them that she introduced is this idea of, I choose my response. And so I often add that into my breath. Let them, let me. I choose my response. Or if I'm feeling a little more sassy, I say something like, nope, you're not getting me. You're not going to get me. I choose my response. Breathing in, breathing out. Let them, let me. And as we begin to close the practice, again, just observing that place of power, that place of influence, noticing any maybe action steps that came up for you. I'm going to reach out to so and so this weekend and just have a really lovely, great laugh and conversation. I'm going to carve out a little bit of alone time. I'm going to make something wonderful. I'm going to journal or walk or tell somebody that I noticed their effort and they did a really great job on that project or that presentation. Let them, Let me open your eyes and come back together. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for being here. Be well, and I will see you next week.